Personal banking in China can be annoying, but it's actually rather easy in the large scheme of things. Behind me is HSBC, which is the international bank. You can get an accountant. They're a little bit more strict, but you can get an account in Hong Kong or your home country. I don't bank there yet, but I plan on to in the future because it's just easier to move money in and out of China if you just go right across the border to Hong Kong. Over here you have the Bank of Communications, and then there you have the Bank of China, and then over there is the China Construction Bank. All three of these are good options. The Bank of China is a lot more bureaucratic. It's all of these are government government has stakes in ownership in all of these, so you can't get away from that. But Bank of China specifically is known for being very bureaucratic and higher fees. I don't know much about Bank of Communications, but today I have to go open an account over there at China Construction Bank. So I currently bank with a bank called China Merchants Bank, which is a great bank. They've been wonderful. The branches are never too busy. The people are very friendly, and there's always someone in there that speaks a little English that can help me. However, the website's all in Chinese. Everything is in Chinese, so it takes a little bit of patience to get through and get some requests done. Or if you come here to work and you have a salary, your company will bank with a specific bank, and you'll be required to open up an account with that bank just to facilitate the ease of payment. So my current company works with China Merchants, and therefore I have an account with China Merchants. However, I will be switching employers in September, and the local university I'll be working for banks with China Construction, so now I have to go open an account with China Construction. Now, opening up a bank account in China is remarkably easy. It doesn't take very much at all. You just need a phone number and your passport and an address. And so even before you get your residence permit, you can do it. And it's really the very first thing you should do when you get here is open an account. It's the basis of your life here. Everything revolves around your bank account. Obviously money, right? But a couple things to keep in mind. And by the way, your initial deposit is very small. In most cases, it's only about 100 RMB. But I always recommend you bring someone with you to navigate the paperwork and the process to make sure that you put in your PIN number correctly. But most importantly, put in your name. Western names are different than Chinese names. Chinese names go surname first, then given name, and that's how they're going to want to put it into the computer. And many banks, especially the smaller banks, have software that only deal with Chinese names. So if you have a long name, like I have a Spanish name, and it's rather long, and it's a lot of characters. And oftentimes when I go places, they can't put my full name into the computer system because there's just not enough available digits. But keep in mind, Western names are given, then sir. And it's basically, they'll just copy it from the passport, but make sure that the spelling is correct and that they don't mess up the given and surname order. And it can be difficult. So that's very, very important because everything revolves around your information at this bank and everything being 100% accurate. The names of the banks are what tripped me out the most. When I first got here, it was interesting. It's almost as if they have specific industries, and then they set up these state-run banks for each industry. So you have Bank of Communications, you have a Bank of Construction, you have Agricultural Bank, you have a Merchants Bank, and then you have the big one, Bank of China. And then there's all these regional ones too. But stay away from the regional ones because those services don't extend beyond the province in which you're working. So the national banks are what you want to go to. And for example, China Construction is mostly here in southern China, but it really is worldwide. I mean, if you get the Union Pay on your card, you can extract money almost anywhere except Macau. Because Macau, you need a Chinese ID card. I'm pretty sure at some point all of these banks had their reasons for this, but nowadays it seems like they're all the same. They all provide the same services, the same fee structures, with the exception of Bank of China, which is a little bit more international. It's the big one, but every time I go in there, I feel just a world of management blocks and bureaucracy. Every time I go into any other bank, it's very lovely, very nice. Sometimes. There are some branches where special services are given, where it's just a nightmare, and you don't want to go in there. But for the most part, it's not so bad.